It's my great pleasure and honor to introduce all of you to Shane Earn.
Thank you. In the next 10 minutes, 4 people will die from an opioid overdose. There is a 73% likelihood that that opioid will be fentanyl. Today, we consider that a poisoning. You see, there is no legal dose of illicit fentanyl. 1 grain of sand can kill. Today, we lose 300 people each and every day. That is like a large jumbo jet going down. I ask you, where is the uproar? Good morning, I'm Shane, and I have not found the need to use any illicit drugs in over 16 years. I want to thank Rabbi Alan Finkel and the Jewish Child and Family Services for inviting me to speak today. It is always nice to share the hope of life and the possibility of peace, not only for yourself, but for the small community around us. I need to state for the record, without my family's support, I would not have made it. My mother and father called the police on me on several occasions, eventually landing me in lockup. That was the start of my recovery. It was not so much the drug, but the escape it gave me from a self-imposed insecurity. You're too tall, your feet are too big. You name it, I had it. If I didn't have it, I would certainly catch it. The first time I remember feeling anxiety and pressure was at 13 years old. I was playing a hockey game and my stomach would ache in tight situations. At around the same age, I would demand that my mother would bring me a change of clothing when I was at a party. She would wait in the parking lot of the Sharezetic synagogue. I would go out and change. But nothing made me feel better. I was still off. Thank God my parents kept us busy. I somewhat stayed out of trouble. School, really not for me. I went, I finished, but wow, what a struggle. I managed to get 3 and some years of university. Over the next 15 years, I excelled. I did it all. I hit gold. My job, lots of money, fun, booze, drugs, women, you name it. I had it. I was living the life. I was living in Switzerland, traveling to Dubai, Cyprus, and around the world. I had made it. I had it all. I was there. Then people started getting old, getting sick, dying, big stuff. It just kept piling on and piling on. And I was on cruise control and stuffing it down and down. Then the Valium stopped taking the edge off. I would become later what I learned was manic. I would fly to Switzerland, get into a fight with my fiance and fly away. I was running from everyone, but the problem was me. My mental state was deteriorating. I was not sure about much at this point. I was locked up in a room, doing drugs and miserable. Things were not looking good. Family intervention sent me away to Minnesota, then to California. It still took me a few years of pain and suffering, but they never gave up on me. Without family, the affected person has little to no chance. That is just the bottom line. You see, when it feels like there is no hope and you feel God has forsaken you, that's when family and community must give you all their love and strict direction. So I'm in California. I go to school, I become a counselor, I work for free for 1 year, I get a job, I live in a small 1-bedroom loft with my wife Maren and my firstborn Samson. I advance from position to position. I have 2 more children along the way, Maya and Coco. By this time I have my own company and I'm racing the Baja in a truck doing 100 miles an hour. But let's get back to my first year in recovery. My first year was very difficult. I cried my first 90 days. I went to 3 meetings a day. I hung around with the old guys that had great lives and were happy with where they were. I volunteered at a help center where I served troubled people, looking for their own way. I took other men under my wing. I asked them what they wanted in life. They all said similar things. You see, all we want is our parents to be proud, our friends to be plenty and pure. Then I would ask how you're going to get there. Again, they had similar answers. I don't know, Shane. I've tried everything. I thought to myself, wow, what a daunting task. Getting to another human being so down, so unmotivated, so deprived of love, self-respect. Their self-worth is at an all-time zero. This person is feeling mentally off in several ways, and we want to call them a drug addict. Show them in a bad light. They stole, they lied, they betrayed us. They caused pain to everyone they come in contact with. We're all just looking for peace and a settled mind. I had to finally understand that I was no longer in control, no longer in charge. Wow, you have to give it all up. But to what? To who? As crazy as it is, here it goes. The leap is God. You see, all that means is to start to live life and act a certain way. Make sacrifices when needed. Look for the good in all things. Focus on who you can help and always try and bring the other person up. We do this well in the Jewish community with money and business. We make sure we hire the Jewish plumber, the doctor, the lawyer, and on and on. We step on each other's shoulders and we give to the world. But we become quiet when there is something out of sorts. You see, it's difficult to face and understand mental health and drug addiction. We want to stay silent, and secrets do keep us down. You see, when one of us is wounded in some way, we must come together as a community in prayer and unite and direct that person in such a kind and loving manner. And yes, at times, we must also use the hammer. So today I'm a co-host on a popular podcast called The Hopeaholics. There are 3 of us. We fight this fentanyl crisis and raise awareness at all levels. You can find us on all platforms. The website is thehopeaholics.com. My family and I also have a nonprofit. Started 6 years ago by my son Samson. Called Kindness Coupons Network. He saw some friends that were very upset in school, and he passed them notes to make them feel better. He came home and told me, and we were so proud. It turned into the Cancer Kindness Network. And what we do now at this charity is help the Jewish community that can't afford health insurance or gym memberships or a trainer. We are privileged to pay for these things. And with God's help, we improve their lives. We give away around $35,000 a month to individuals that need it. This is really what it's all about, making a difference in someone else's life. That's what's important today, and that's what we are teaching our kids, to always give and be an upstanding member of society, especially a good Jew. I'm a proud Zionist today. I support Israel, the Jewish community, and anything that makes our Jewish lives better. My 3 kids are all in private Jewish school, Tarbut for Torah. The oldest 2 have had their bar and bat mitzvah. Coco, well, she's on her way. I'm married 17 years to a wonderful, beautiful, kind, loving person who has my back, keeps me on track, hungry for me to improve each and every day. I have a great relationship with my family today. I have a great relationship with God, and that allows me to walk through anything. Thank you. The end.
Yes. Hi, Shane. This is Rabbi Mas talking to you. And wow, that was very powerful. Very powerful. And I thank you for your honesty and for opening your heart to all of us. And if you don't mind, I have a few questions for you. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
And well, first I have to say that I envy your swimming pool there. What is it? It's at minus 12 in Winnipeg right now. It's minus 12 Celsius. So you do your math.
We're in a balmy 70.
Yeah. Anyway. But I was thinking that maybe there are many people watching you now, listening to your message. Yes, and they may have somebody in their family is struggling. And as I mentioned to my congregation at the beginning of the service, that it's kind of a Jewish tradition never to talk about it. And it's very sad. It's very sad that we try to hide it. What would be your recommendation as a first step for a family that is struggling with a family member that has been trapped in the world of addictions?
Yes, sir. So first thing we want to do is we want to try to talk in I statements to the affected person. We have to understand that drugs is an escape from a mental health situation. So let's not look at this person as if they're smoking marijuana, or they're doing crack cocaine, or they're doing any kind of illicit drug, mind-altering substance, including alcohol. Let's look at that person as that's their escape from a mental illness. They're suffering anxiety, panic attacks, you name it, they have it. The insecurities are overwhelming. I would speak in I statements. I would tell the person how you're feeling. I'm very worried about how you're feeling. I'm feeling scared. Please tell me what to do for you. My approach is always one with kindness, lovingness, and understanding. And I would always try to speak with a professional. The old saying is that a heart specialist does not perform heart surgery on a family member. They find their best friend to perform that duty. So I'm available. My phone is here. I'll give it to you guys. Call me anytime. I will guide anybody that needs help.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Glad to hear that. Do we have any questions from the congregation for Shane? Here we have a question.
Yes, sir.
Max, please.
Do you include food as an addiction?
You know, Max, yeah, I do. We have a real, you know what, thank you. What a beautiful, wonderful question. And it's a delicate topic, my brother, because here's the thing, obesity is at an all-time high. God has been taken out of school, athletics has been taken out of school, there's no more physical fitness. I am a big proponent, when someone gets sober, one of my big top 3 is exercise and food. You must watch what you eat at all times. Yes, the answer shortly, yes. Food is a terrible addiction. I do.
Thank you. Okay, I'm going to the other place.
Hi, Shane.
Hi there.
You don't remember me, but my name's Louis Stern, and I was kind of friendly with your family, David and Darren and your family. But I wanted to wish you like a Yasher Koach and a Kol Kavod for turning your life around. First of all, you look fantastic, number one.
Thank you. Thank you.
Number 2 is, during your presentation, you had mentioned that you were going 100 miles an hour in the Baja. I don't think you finished that, so you've intrigued me. Is there a story that you wanted to finish on that 100 miles an hour in the Baja?
You know what? I business was so good. I became wasteful, and I bought expensive vehicles, and I became a professional car racer. And I would race in the Baja 1000, the Baja 500, and do different events like that. Best in the Desert, it's called.
So it was literally you were going 100. I thought maybe
I was literally.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I was literally going 100 miles an hour in the Baja.
Well, anyway, Shabbat Shalom. You look fantastic.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you so much, my friend.
Keep it up. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you, Louis. I appreciate you.
Anyone else? Over here. Say your name and your question.
My name's Nick, and
Hi, Nick.
my question is is bullying or cyberbullying over and over again, even though you know it's bad, also kind of an addiction?
Here's the thing. Any type of bullying, anytime you feel someone unloved or unwanted, you're not walking in God's light. And that's just the bottom line. You see, when I talk about God, I don't want people to get scared. It's just a way of life. And that way of life is just how your mom taught you when you were growing up, and how you want to be treated, with kind words, with love, with full attention, with listening, all that stuff that stands for humanity, for the betterment of humanity. So yeah, bullying is an addiction. Being a bully is wrong, and we have to fight and unite against bullies. Thank you for the question, Nick.
You're welcome, and thank you for answering.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Shane. We're going to start
Yes, sir.
wrapping up. It was great to have you in our service. This is why sometimes we have to be thankful for technology.
Yes,
because
sir.
it allowed something like this to happen in Congregation Shari Zedek in the middle of the winter.
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, and I wish you all the best on your journey. And if I had to say something, give you a blessing is that you may continue touching lives the way you've been doing it up to this point.
Thank you, Rabbi. And Rabbi, please, you have my phone number. Share it to everybody in the congregation. Put it in all the Jewish books. Put my name, put my phone number. I'd love to help anybody I can.
Thank you so much for your generosity. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being with us, and Shabbat Shalom to you.
Shabbat Shalom, Rabbi. Thank you, congregation. Have a beautiful day. Thank you.